If you look into these 100 Years Wars, they were led by Nkosi Chungwa, Nkosi Ulanga, Nkosi uNdlambe, Nkosi uMdushane, uMakhanda kaNxele, Nkosi uMaqoma, uKumkani uSandile, uKumkani uHintsa, Nkosi uNcaphali. But if you look at these leaders across these generations, you ask yourself, what made AmaXhosa to be able to sustain 9 wars over 100 years with only spears? Yet they were fighting an enemy with professional army, an enemy with superior firepower, with artillery, with the best generals, actually. I think for me, my observation that AmaXhosa did 3 things well, very well. And those lessons are still applicable even today. One, AmaXhosa knew that they were fighting a strong enemy. They knew the weaknesses and the strength of the enemy. So what they did, one, they dictated the terms of engagement. What does it mean? They will always decide where, when, and how to fight the war. And that gave them a competitive advantage. Because the enemy was always underestimating them. These are just savages with spears. But these men were smart. So by dictating the terms of engagement, they would always make sure that they were taking advantage of the geographical mountains where they decided to wage those wars. Secondly, AmaXhosa, one thing that I think they were so dangerous about it. The moment they decide to fight, they never lost the war. If they decide. You look at the War of Hintsa. When Smith faced Maqoma on the shores of the Fish River, I wouldn't even want my worst enemy to be there. Those 2 men were some of the finest soldiers I've ever seen in the history of mankind. So what Smith did, he organized his armies into 3 columns, 1, 2, 3. Maqoma looked at him. He overstretched it into 10 columns. So by spreading his army into a bigger and a larger geographical area of Maqoma, he basically overstretched the British army and rendered the artillery obsolete. 3, the victories of AmaXhosa were not attained through the superior firepower, not at all. They were attained through the application of a brilliant strategy. As I said, that AmaXhosa, what they would do, they would make sure that they position themselves in these difficult mountains. They will establish supply lines to the battlefield. They will deploy women as informers. They will always attack using what they call bush warfare. Those are the people that we can learn from. As I said, that the topic of my talk today is going back in time. I think if we want to become better people, a better country, we should always learn from the best of the best.